Hello and welcome to Life Pour Me a Double. Here we talk about all things life.
Whether it be the stresses or the joys, we're here to talk about
I'm
all.
Lewis Rouse, aka It's Lewis Rouse.
And I'm Gareth Degnan, aka Too Baldy for Cosplay. You can find all our socials below.
Today we have our first guest. A little fun story about this one. This is actually our second recording. Just to give it a shout out. Cheers, Gareth. But no,
Sharp.
it's lovely to have him back on for the to re-record. It's none other than a gentleman who comes across on TikTok as a fantastic father figure, a great family man, runs around his house in his boxers. It's none other than Redhead Residence, aka Joel.
Hello, how are you both? You
How
good?
do you
How
do,
are
mate?
we,
How
my
do
man?
you do? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. I didn't think it'd be so quick, but we're back.
Yeah, I
We're
know,
back
I know.
together.
I know when we recorded the first time and said we would love to have you back, I did not think it would happen at the end of the week.
No, the only thing that I'm disappointed about in this, Gareth, is the fact that I can't see your camera this time. And last time round, I spotted that you look exactly like Ed Sheeran.
See, do you know what the funny thing is? So we've recorded with another guest who Lewis kindly pointed that out to, and it was quite funny because she's from Galway, so we made we were sort of came to the realization it was two Ed Sheerans and a Galway girl.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the
Guy.
perfect setting.
If you don't believe it, I didn't see it first, like absolutely oblivious to it. And then literally at the end of recording last time, Joel picked it up, and I obviously had to do a bit of a Photoshop and things like that, which we will put in the video at some point. We'll have to do a little crop and stuff, so you will see it.
I'll add it in post. Don't worry.
I think it should be this part. Should we not just like flash it now, like when you edit it, little
slide
flash?
it in there now.
Right, so Joel, why don't you tell us a wee bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm basically got a family orientated TikTok account, and I post a lot of stuff about my daughters. One of them's over there. Are you coming to say hello? Yeah. I've got two. So we've got two daughters and their mum. Say hello.
Oh,
You saying hello?
Aww. Hello.
hi.
She's wearing a mum's. She's wearing a mum's jumper for bed, aren't you?
Love that.
But yeah, we're just a family account. We share a lot of like just real life stuff. Mummy's not very well, is she?
No.
So we share a bit about her mum's illness and stuff like that, and just spread a bit of happy stuff, don't we? Yeah.
And while you're in the camera right now, how was it when you got to pick Greg's? When you got to pick your Greg's, how was that?
It was really funny.
Really funny.
You did good, didn't you? Though.
I wanted Daddy to have some type of juice that is graham juice.
Love that. And you got some pizza, didn't you?
Yes.
To
Do you know what else?
Pizza's good,
What's
isn't it?
that? That's Lewis and Gareth who've been sending us pizza. Do you want some? Do you want a bite?
Yeah.
Go on, take it over there, then you'll go eat
Go
it
on.
over there. Say thanks to Uncle Gareth and Uncle Lewis. Go on.
Go and enjoy it.
Go and enjoy your pizza.
Right, so yeah, there you go. You got a guest appearance.
Special guest.
We love it. We love it. Guest appearance for your most viral video. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. She's the one who drags me through it all.
Oh, fantastic.
Obviously, talk about family stuff, and like you say, you kind of broadcast it across social media, which is very good, obviously, seeing, because from like outside point of view, you wouldn't expect what you've gone through from just seeing you as a family man until you kind of spoke about it. I didn't have a clue. Like, and I followed you for a little while, and like I said, I jumped in live, had a little chat and whatnot, but I was completely oblivious to it until you said. So, like I say, and it's quite good for people to kind of see what goes on, like outside of their own family. Like everyone has their own things that they go through, and everyone lives a totally different life. But as an app, as a TikTok app, and social media in general, it's a platform where people can come together and kind of share stories and make funny videos and family content that people kind of get involved in, and it's really good to see. To be fair,
Yeah, we usually so we started off with the girls were obviously born prematurely. They was both unwell when they was kind of premature babies. Carrie was unwell when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
So that was like a story. That was like a story in itself, and we knew there was a lot of people who could relate to that. And then taking it further down the line, like Carrie's got unwell, and again, there's other people, different category of people who can relate to that. So we just started, like, we knew our family had kind of been through quite a lot of different things, and it had different stories. It's got different parts of the story all over the place, which is really like unique. And we just started like slowly sharing it with the intention that people could see that if they are going through it now, that it is okay and it is normal, and there is other people like struggling with it too. And another thing, that when you are going through it, it isn't necessarily, it doesn't have to always be like doom and gloom. You can make like positives out of like bad situations. So that's the approach we wanted to like take,
like
and with it all.
Yeah, like you hit the nail on the head. You know what I mean? It's turning something that you kind of bit of a doom and gloom time, but you've turned it into a positive, and you've turned it into like people kind of, you know what? Everyone's got their own story to tell.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you can still have fun. You still have a laugh. You still create this kind of family kind of content and stuff like that. And yeah, everyone has their bad times, and everyone goes through different things. But at the end of the day, everyone can still come together, have a laugh. You can still have a positive attitude towards life in general, even though you're having a few issues on the side.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people
definitely.
who have few issues on the side kind of let it overtake their kind of fun, positive side.
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, you can't. It is. I can't imagine how it can be easy, to like a cloud go over you and it, to just take over and feel like you can't have fun in any other way. But we've had like, we go on TikTok, we post videos, which obviously we've spoken about, and our videos range from like about premature babies, about Carrie's illness. This we do like sketches, just fun family things. We do real life relatable things, but we also go live. We go live as well, and when we go live, some days we go live in the morning, some days we go live in the night. But the amount of people who come in there, and whether it's morning or night, and say like, you helped us get out of bed this morning, or this is what I needed after a long day at work, and stuff like that is what keeps us just pushing forward with it, because like we can't believe that it has that effect on people, because we're just at home being us. But if it is having that positive effect on people, we just think, well, we can't stop doing it, because we have like I feel like we've got like sense of responsibility in a way. Like I feel like, to the point I feel a bit guilty if I haven't stuck a video on or been live in a day, because I think I hope everyone's coping all right.
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm saying? But it's like a nice responsibility to have. It's changed our life,
Joe is, and
kind of thing.
then obviously just going on that, obviously you don't realize, and when I say this, obviously you'll know what I mean, Joel, and other content creators know. Like a lot of us started content creating through lockdown, and people have done it before that, years before that, and things like that. But you get stuck in a little bubble where it's just you and a camera. It's you and a camera. You create your content, or it's you and other people in the front of the camera. You create your content, but you don't like understand or don't realize how much that is affecting other people. The better. And when you when you get messages and people come in and go, you know what, you got me out of bed today, or I've had a bad day, but your videos make me laugh, or I love seeing your videos. Like, it's crazy how much you don't realize you're affecting other people outside of your little bubble.
Definitely. And not only affecting other people, I feel as though, from personal, like speaking about myself, I feel like it's kind of helped me in a way, because since I've been a dad and everything else, I've not had a great deal of spare time. So once I was getting the kids in bed, I was tired doing the pots, tidying the house, and then it'd be 10 o'clock, and I'd literally go to bed and just do it all over again. And it was kind of getting a bit soul destroying, like not having much of a social life and stuff like that. And Carrie was the exact same. We was both in the same like predicament. But doing this, I'm helping some other people, but they're helping me in a way because now I do all the same things. I do it on in front of a camera and like respond to comments, and then it feels. It sounds a bit sad, but it feels like I've had some kind of social like interaction, and it helps me kind of be myself in ways that I probably was like locking away in a sense, or that not that many people was getting to see the real me because um you wouldn't stick that kind of stuff what you stick on TikTok on other social media
Yeah.
platforms. So yeah, it does work both ways. I don't know if that's just my like experience or if that's the same with like everybody. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely get what you mean about like feeling the. Christ, I've got the words there. They're just struggling to come out. I get what
Scottish thing.
Oh, mate, no, it's been at work since 9 o'clock this morning thing. um, I get what you mean about the feeling like a wee bit guilty when you don't post things like no that like with me I don't use TikTok anymore. I predominantly just use Twitch, and I haven't streamed in about 2 weeks, and like there is with Twitch and all that, it's like TikTok. You do build that wee bit of community and all that, and people that you talk to, and the people that look forward to seeing like your videos and all that. And I've had messages through going, oh, why haven't you streamed to this, that, next thing, and simply because I've got a lot going on. But it's like that for me. That's just working because I'm moving to a new house, whereas you've got a whole family to run and all that. So I can imagine just how difficult that's got to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
No,
it's so kudos to you. Well played, considering you do get content out
thank
and
you.
run your family.
It's hard because like you say on that, like you say, Gav, you haven't streamed for 2 weeks, but guarantee you when you go back on that streaming, 9 out of 10 you're not going to have the same amount of people there that
No.
you did have, or the same people you had there that you did have, because you've got to be consistent, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and that's the main thing. And like you were saying, it's very hard to be Joel is literally consistent from the moment he gets up, because he has to go obviously sort out the kids and
Yeah.
go to work and do house stuff and things like that, and then kind of stream on top of that. You know what I mean? For me, I go to work, come back from work, and I've got all that free time to go to the gym and do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? So I have a lot more free time. So
Oh, the
for someone
gym.
like Joel, like a father figure or family figure or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? It is hard to be consistent on everything all the time.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, you are right. No, sorry. I just feel as sometimes I feel like what you say, Gareth. It's like if you don't stick something out there, I lay in bed on a night, and if I go on my phone and I'm watching someone else on TikTok, I'm thinking I like could be like doing something on it now, and I'm thinking to myself, are people like jumping off man and finding someone else? It's so weird how it
Yeah.
works, but
Yeah.
you are just in like you are in a bubble. It's crazy.
No, I know.
So
Um,
obviously on the note that we sorry Gav, that you were just saying, obviously if we go back a little bit about obviously carrying things out and obviously being unwell, like if you don't mind me asking, how did that come around? Like how did that?
She basically what happened was she had last November she had a big kind of we didn't know what it was. We still it turns out we still don't know what it is, and she's going into hospital in September to get to the bottom of all of this. Basically, in November she had a big attack, and she was. It was like it was as if she had a stroke. Her full face was drooped down. She couldn't use her legs. She couldn't talk properly. And since November 2021, she's not been able her speech hasn't come back properly to the ability she used to talk, and her legs haven't come back like properly whatsoever. So now she's uses if she leaves the house, she struggles to leave the house, to be honest. But if she does, she'll use a wheelchair to leave the house. Around the house, she uses like Zimmer frame. So it was just she didn't have anything was could possibly be linked, and it was like just shut down. No, it was nothing to do with that. She's had she's got a brain disorder called F&D, they said.
Shit.
And it was so it was totally random, and this was told that this is like there's no way of curing it. This is just for life now. So she's got a carer and stuff like that, and that's just our life. So we've just had to adapt to it. But not long back, about a month ago, she went to see a psychologist to retrain her brain, and he basically said there's been a lot of stuff missed within her blood results, and it's not as basic as what they've told you. It is something that is related to the liver condition that you mentioned at the beginning. So by this point we'd had enough, so we paid to go privately and basically to speak to like this liver specialist to get us somewhere with it, because we was like a year down the line. She can't walk and can't talk still, and we have no idea even why. But they've given us a few different scenarios of what it could be. None of them are particularly good, but some are better than the others. And like I say, she goes in hospital in September to just find out what it is, what we can do, what medication she needs to be on. And that's it really. But it was just like a total random one. Yeah, I don't really know. It's obviously it's shocking, and it's not the life we kind of had planned out for ourselves. But this is the cards we've been dealt kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd just obviously like to say that shit. The fact that they haven't got to the bottom of it in nearly a year is outrageous.
Yeah.
But obviously, I
Yeah.
wish you all the best, and obviously, hopefully, we
Definitely.
on the mend, and she's back to her normal self very,
Right.
very
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. Thanks, fellas,
Um,
yeah.
How
On that story, I wanna. Oh, go on, mate.
All right. I was just going to ask how obviously so it was November and all that. You've been going through this for over a year. Obviously, you've been going through it within some of the lockdown and all that. How did you feel going into hospitals during the pandemic and all that?
To be
'Cause I know
honest-
for a lot of people it was really scary.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, it's been quite. So she had the first attack in November. She went into hospital that day, and then she kind of didn't get much support with it. Was kind of just like pushed off, and I honestly had to make about thousands of phone calls over this last year to try and get somewhere with
Yeah.
it, because we was just getting passed off every single where we went, just dead ends all the time. So for months and months, we didn't actually have many hospital visits, because it was like you've got a 12-week wait for this, then you get a scan, then you've got another 8-week wait for the results, then you have a meeting about the results, and then you've got to do this. And it's because it's taken so long and been so drawn out, we didn't actually go into hospitals very often when it was locked down. The times we have been into hospitals and stuff, we've had to wear masks and stuff like you still do now. But it's not been it wasn't really hard to deal with or anything like that. It was quite relaxed compared to what it would have been peak lockdown.
All right, well, that's good to hear. I know for a lot of people going
That's
into
mad.
hospitals, they did find it really scary, just because hospitals were practically ground zero for COVID patients, so it was
Yeah.
really terrifying. But no, that's
One thing I will say, on the subject of COVID, because it was I remember now with you saying that kind of rejigged my memory, but when the first attack that she actually had, because she has seizures daily now, off the back of this, so she has them every single day. But this one attack when she went into hospital before we knew anything about it, nobody was like bothered about anything other than COVID. I do remember that. And it was like when you say about terrifying, I remember thinking like everybody seems like terrified and obsessed by it, and that nobody was interested in anything but like COVID. It was like bizarre, but that's how it was at the time.
It took over the world, didn't it? Like,
Aye, that
Yeah.
was
literally
that was just
took
because of
over
the
the
way the
world.
media portrayed it. That's exactly why COVID took as much power away from the world as it did. But we'll get into all that later on. Lewis, you wanted to ask a question?
Yeah, so obviously, I want you to go through that story. Obviously, we all know this is our second take on it, or whatever. You know what I mean? But that story is still stuck in my head from only the other day. But where you said about you found a baby after a night out.
Yeah. So I was 17. I was 17 at the time, and I'd been on a night out. I was working in a primary school. So I remember after the full thing, after all this happened, Papers got in touch with me and was like, "Can we put you in the news about it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." But I was like, "I'm 17. You need to make sure it says I'm 18 because
I'm thinking.
I won't get into any of the bars anymore."
I'm not
We
going to
do
lie
not
to you here,
promote
Joel.
underage drinking.
Joel,
This was a long time ago. I'm a responsible dad now.
Joel, I ain't going to lie to you. I am looking at the Hull Daily Mail right now on this page. And I will tell you now, I have found a photo of you for 2011, and it is glorious. Look at that hairdo.
Am I like this? You'll have to stick a pic. I'm like this lent on a tree.
Yeah, it's
am I
that
not?
exact photo.
We'll have it. We'll have it where it just like we mentioned, and then this just slams in there, picture of you in the paper, and then
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
I was on the way home from this night out, and for some reason the driver of the taxi didn't take me to on my actual street. He dropped me off on the main road. I have no idea why, but he did. And I saw a pram facing a brick wall on the main road, and I was just like gonna walk by it. And then I saw a baby bag on the pram, so I thought there's something like not right here. So I span it round, and I honestly expected there to be like a doll in there. Obviously, it was 3 a.m. It wasn't 10 o'clock at night. It was 3 in the morning. So I expected a doll to be there. There was a baby. There was like a shape of a doll there, but I touched the face, and it was like real skin. And I took it's everyone says this though. Everyone's like, you touched the face, and I'm like I'd had a lot to drink, and I thought I didn't have a clue what was going on. And I thought if I feel the cheek and it goes in like your finger does into a cheek, then it's obviously a baby. And I did that, and the baby's eyes was looking at me, and I was like, what is going on? So I didn't live too far, but my friend's mum lived literally 4 or 5 doors up. So I then took it upon myself to push the pram up the road. So I've gone from finding it to pushing it up the road, and then knocking up my mate's mum at 3 in the morning. She was on the sofa actually, passed out asleep. So she'd fell asleep with the telly on, which made it a bit easier. And then we just stopped. Obviously rang emergency services and got the baby, everything after that. But yeah,
that is a memory that you'll never.
No,
forget.
that's a story there's barely anybody who can say that they've experienced it. There's not many people who even know people who've experienced it. It's so bizarre, and I will like remember that like in every detail for the rest of my life, I think. People mention that to this day. Like recently, I had a COVID testing centre named after me.
That's amazing.
Which was them stuff just seems to like happen to me for some reason. But I was up on like my name up like in block capitals. Joel Redhead.
yeah.
Loads of doctors in like full suits and masks and everything around this side. 2012 maybe. And then
That's
that was
crazy.
another one. But yeah, it still gets mentioned in some ways to this day, and it's been over 10 years now.
I'd like to say that that's a story that you never forget, and
Oh,
obviously I
definitely.
just obviously we've already heard it. You shared it with us previously, and I just obviously wanted everyone to hear it because it's just crazy. It's all about I just started poking the baby to. I can
Yeah,
imagine you
no,
jump going.
no. Still, like it's been a week since, and I can still just have this image of this baby looking at you, pure drunk in its pram, like, "Hi, baby." But oh yeah, but yeah. Oh, right. So I
You'll be
I think after this will be a lot of people digging.
hmm,
Oh, Gav.
right. So I think we'll move on to some questions.
Okay,
Knock it
let's
out.
do it. Right, so
No, I don't.
o- obviously we've spoke.
There you go.
Okay, so obviously we have spoken a little bit about social media and kind of what you kind of content you do and things like that. But what made you start out? Like, what made you go, I'm gonna do social media?
Um, I've always quite, I've always been like, I've always been interested in social media. I've always had Facebook, I've always had Instagram, always had Snapchat. And I remember when I was younger, I used to do quite a lot on Snapchat, and I had quite a lot of people who viewed my stories when I was younger. So totally different to what I do now. Like I used to go on nights out and kind of do stuff with my mates and do funny stuff on Snapchat, and people would be replying to it and like laughing about what we'd done the night before and stuff like that. And it wasn't to the scale that I'm doing it now, but I still kind of got the same buzz of people enjoying stuff that you're doing. Um, and Carrie, my partner, she was on TikTok well before me. And I was one of them people who used to watch it, and I used to slate her and say, "I'm never getting that. I was never interested in it." And then I'd catch myself watching it over her shoulder, and then I'd be like asking questions, and then she started posting for a business page, and I think she asked me to be in one at some point, and I did one with her, and then there was like I can't think of the sound, and it's gonna really bug me. But there was a sound like a trend on TikTok, and I loved it. I couldn't stop watching it, and I did it on her phone and posted it on her account. And then after that, I just thought, "Do you know what? I've got loads and loads of videos on my phone that I've never even shared with anyone. I had videos of like me proposing to Carrie, loads of stuff about the kids being in hospital. I had so much good material that I could put to work, and in the end, it was just one night. I was bored on the sofa. I had set up a TikTok account, posted a video of Indy when she was a baby. I had her on my shoulders, and she was sick. I had a bald head on at the time. I'd shaved my head, and she
Hey,
was sick on
go
my head,
Baldies.
and it all ran down in my face. And yeah, and I shared it, and I think my first video when I had about 10 followers got 40,000 views, and I got that same buzz that I used to get. And I just thought, and since that day, every day, give or take, I've posted or been live, and I've just like hammered it and loved like every minute of it, and that's how I've got to the TikTok side of it. I have always kind of felt like I have got something to give, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's a great way to get involved. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that did it because they were bored at home during lockdown, things like that, but like 9 out of 10, it's always that person that's going, go on, just jump in this video, or oh, go on,
Mm,
just do it, just do a video, like or starts off with, go on, just watch it, and you're like, oh, I'll do 10 minutes, and then you're scrolling through, and you think, yeah, right, okay, I've had enough now. 2 hours later, you're like, get
mm,
lost so much in that scroll, and that's how I started. I literally was just scrolling through this new app, lockdown, scrolling through, yeah, oh, that's a good video. Oh, I quite like that. That's funny, blah blah. And then, like in the space of thinking it was 10 minutes, it was like 2 hours long. And I'm like, what is going on? Like 2 hours just gone like that. Get lost in it so much.
Yeah, you do, definitely. And another thing I loved about TikTok is the fact it creates like your own page. Do you know? So, like it picks up what kind of material or what kind of categories you're watching, and then puts your For You page together, like it says in its name, For You page. But I just thought that was so cool because I used to lay in bed on a night once I'd finally got it, and I was the same as you. Like I'm obsessed with sport. I'm obsessed with mainly sport, but it was just I'm just obsessed with it, and like anything to do with sport, whether it's like highlights, whether it's like interviews with sports people, like I'm obsessed, and I just love that I could get in and scroll, flick through, and there'd just be one about golf, one about boxing, one about football, and I liked that side to it as well. Like I don't do as much as that now, which I wish I kind of had time for because I used to enjoy it, but I now I don't really do a great deal of scrolling because every spare minute I've got, I'm thinking of ideas or putting them like to life. So
Yeah. No, definitely. We've discussed a wee bit there about what you got. Well, not a wee bit, but we've discussed there about what made you start out and all that. What do you feel people actually enjoy about your content?
I'd say a lot of people, because I'm quite a hands-on, I'm quite like a hands-on dad. And I assumed that like everybody was just the same. Like this is just because I don't do anything out the ordinary. I just literally get up and get my kids ready and do the school run and do you know what I mean? Do the hair and I just thought that everybody was doing it, and then I realised that because Carrie was unwell, I started to going into work later doing the school run, and I used to do it on live and stuff. And the amount of like women who was coming in and saying like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you do all this," and I'm like just thinking it's normal. I feel like a vast majority of my followers like seeing that side to it, where it's like maybe a man who's a bit hands on, but then I've got other people who love hearing from Carrie and love seeing her on my account and hearing her story and can relate to her. And we do a lot. Our lives are very different to our videos. We do some funny things in our videos, but mainly our lives are just let's go live to just mess around, go crazy, take the mick, and just not take life seriously. And I think a lot of people enjoy that side to it. So I feel like our account is so. It's got so many different like doors. I bet I can imagine people to like the fact that they don't know what they're going to get every night, every day, or every night.
No, and that's why more and more people tune in. You know what I mean? Because they like that uncertainty. They like to go, oh, let's see what Joel's up to tonight. You know what I mean? If you get people that do the exact same thing every night, they're gonna go, oh, that person's gonna do that again tonight. But like you say, when you're like, because you use it as like a escape a little bit to just not think about life, just to have an absolute laugh, have a blast, you and Carrie, like, and,
Exactly.
and you just come across like totally different, and you do something different. Like you say, I clicked on your live and you marching up and down your living room in your boxers. You know what I mean? Like
I forgot all about
Yeah,
that. That was
you're lucky Carrie's gone out the room because I started getting told off about that going further down the line. When I started going live, I got away with it for a bit, and then I think I told you the story before, but I'll tell it again because it is basically just me getting put in my place massively. But I was on the live one night, and I do a lot of the lives from my kitchen. I'm in the dining room at the minute, and Carrie, I was on live in the kitchen, and Carrie walked through this room that I'm sat in now to come in the kitchen, and I like stopped her, and I was like, I'm on live because she was in her underwear.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, but you go on your live in your pants every Saturday morning. So why does it matter?" And I was like, "Oh," I was like, point proof, get your clothes on."
Fair enough.
But-
Have you done it since? Have you went live in your boxers since?
Yeah, I think I might have done. I think I might have done at some point, but It was
But
sometimes.
not as often.
No, not as often. I was doing it every Saturday morning. It was bringing in a few viewers. To be fair, it worked for a while.
I will put pound to a penny. It is all single mothers.
Yeah, maybe. But I was like really naive because when I say to you that I showed my like we're like realists and we show the real side of parenting, we show the real us. I was the same there. It was just because before I used to go on TikTok, if I woke up on a Saturday morning, I'd wake up, I'd put some pants on, and I'd come downstairs and roam around, and that's just what I did on here. I didn't really think about loads of people watching and what they could see. It was just like me being me, like
Yeah, that's
too much.
See, that's the thing. Also, now with TikTok is what I'm forever hearing people get like. I'm forever hearing people getting banned for TikTok lives for like the most stupidest things, and
Yeah, it's
how
very strict now.
they're getting banned for nudity and things like that when they're when they're sitting there wearing clothes, like things like that.
It's just people report you. But here's a funny story. So obviously on TikTok now, I've got my TikTok account. It's actually my second one. My first one is still sat there with 133,000, but it got permanently banned on live. So the more I got permanently banned live, I had to start again. Right?
Could you not appeal that?
I appealed it, but I kind of get where they're coming from.
What did you get banned for?
So
We want the goss. We want the tea.
I'm in my living room with my mum, my brothers. We're all having a drink and a catch up, things like that. So I thought, I'll go live. So we went live, and everyone's getting involved in live. That's that. They were like, oh, can we meet meet your family? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I was like, there's my mum, there's my brother, there's my brother. And I turned round to my brother just below me, age-wise, just below me. I've turned round, and he's just got his arse out. So as I spun round,
That's
just mooning
fantastic.
straight at the camera.
That is amazing.
Literally mooning straight at the camera, and it just literally TikTok just shut my account down there, and then it was like, you've been permanently banned for nudity, and I was like,
Fair.
I hear about people getting banned. Like I've been kicked off live before for like having like a drink. I was like having a drink like this. It was only like a soft drink or something. And this was quite recent. It was only a few days ago, I think, and it got like shut down, like suspended for a short while. And another one is like in my videos. Like I put a video on a couple of weeks ago, and it was Carrie in bed with Esme. There was laid in bed cuddling, and you could see Esme's arm. She had a vest on and everything. You could see her arm cuddling her mum. And it was real cute, so I put a video on about it.
Yeah.
And the video, everybody loved it. It did real well. But I got banned for like I think it was like 4 days because it was apparently sexual activity with a minor.
So
I was like, what?
TikTok's flagged that because it's
They are
someone in bed with a
super
child.
strict.
That's exactly what.
Yeah, but
Like
but that's I just think
That's
that's so extreme that you can't post a video in bed with your own child.
So-
like that is too much.
Yeah,
But-
no, definitely. So the thing is, so with the way, so they've not got. It's the way it works is
all robots,
run,
innit?
they run it off a program. It's a robot program. It's not someone sitting like they've not got a team of like people sitting in this office going through like all these different reports. It's robots monitoring every video, and if they if it flags some sort of like that, it's just because it's basically it's the exact same thing Google does with any sort of search. It's just it genuinely just flags for the teeniest wee thing like that and goes like, I mean, I don't use TikTok live often, but when I first started going live with Twitch, I did just to sort of broaden horizon of like, listen, I'm on Twitch, so I went live with my TikTok as well while I was live on Twitch. Just letting everybody know I'm all live, yada yada yada. And I was sitting there and I just started smoking my vape, and it came up with a warning saying about me smoking my vape on a live. I'm like, hold on a fucking minute here. What? I'm not doing any
That's
illegal activity. I'm like, hold on a minute. And it's the same to, it's done the same when I've been sitting having a drink, or it's a very fine line that these programs run on.
And it is like it is a pain when stuff happens and it is like really, really petty and you get banned. But on the flip side of it, credit where credit's due, because I have seen lives, and like Lewis said, his brother got his ass out. So straight away on that, they've acted on it. I've seen, like, I saw a woman on it once, this is ages ago, and she was like lifting up her top and all sorts like that. She got kicked off like within seconds. And I think fair play if people are doing stuff wrong.
Aye.
It is good if they can act on it that quick.
Aye.
It's a shame they can't cut out the bits where it's false.
No, definitely. There's one TikTok live that I am continually seeing, and it is the same live, and it's a recording, and it's this he's a teen, like I'd say he's about 17. He's got black colour hair, and he's trying to build a card tower, like a big house of cards, and it's ages ago. It's like if you donate a galaxy or something, the card tower will fall. But it's a recording, and it's the guy literally ends up in tears and all that. And it's, I swear to God, I've seen it about 7 times just scrolling through my TikTok, and it drives me insane, because it's not even that. It's the guy, he ugly cries. And he must be wearing makeup, because you can see these fucking lines of tears going down his face. His eyes are very red and all that. But it's an ugly cry. It's put on, so the guy's a fucking amazing actor at that. But I'm sitting there like, this, I don't want this on my newsfeed. I don't want this coming through, and it is just driving me insane.
Do you know what you say that? And like you say, it's a recording. Like, there's so many people. I'm going back a few months now, where people had just started or just hit that live mark, and what they got going, like, the name is like Dwayne Johnson or The Rock or something like that, and they've just literally got Dwayne Johnson. Someone's got Cristiano Ronaldo. Someone's got that, and it's just what they've done is they've kind of like video recorded their live when they were like, The Rock went live, and they video recorded it and just got it on repeat, so you sit and watch it, and they've got like 10,000 people in there watching this live, and it's just a video of The Rock talking over and over again, and they're just getting loads of gifts and loads of people following the pages, but you don't really see it no more.
That is something that really pisses me off with TikTok. People stealing other people's content. And I'm not talking about people that are like just sitting there reacting to it, like, and stealing their content that way. I'm talking about people actually taking their videos. Lewis, are you okay? What happened there?
Have you seen my content?
No. No, you actually give a decent reaction. I'm talking about people just sitting there pure blank faced, just getting their faces in it, but they're reacting to it. I'm talking about people actually just not.
This is my content.
No, no, your content's fine. I'm talking about people just like
either what out the hole now.
Like, no, like, but even at that, there's people that just actually steal people's videos, not doing a stitch or a duet, actually just stealing their content and using it for their own pages and all that.
I get it.
Like, reactions are one thing. People have been doing that since TikTok first came out, but there's a giant influx now of people actually stealing other people's content. Joel, have you had anybody try to steal like your content or that, or?
I've had people copy like stuff that I've done, but then I'm not like the video I did with the Greg's thing.
Yeah.
Basically to give people who hadn't seen it. I was in town and I didn't have an idea of a video that I was going to post that day. I walked by Greg's. We was going to get Greg's, and instead of me going into Greg's, I sent my daughter in there and said, "You get what you want and get what you think I want, and we'll open it in the car, and let's see what you come back with," kind of thing. So we did that as a video.
That's your most viral video, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I was in town and we thought we'd do something different, so I sent Esme into Greg's, and she got what she wanted and what I wanted. So you show us what we've got. Start with the main. What's the main?
So for you?
For me.
Okay. Daddy, a packet of crisps.
Hey then, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not the main though. But a packet of crisps to go with it will do me. Especially cheese and onion, because it's my favourite flavour, so that'll do.
I got you a sausage roll.
Hey, she's doing good. It's not a vegan one, is it?
No. I got you a drink.
Could be way.
And I got you some
Juice? Why? You got me a flat orange and a fizzy orange, a fizzy orange and a flat orange. Did I get any pudding out? Is there any, a bit of a sweet treat after my meal? You've done good though so far. My favourite, I've got a favourite donut at Greg's, right?
I got you a
And
chocolate
it's a-
donut.
Is it the triple chocolate one?
Yeah.
It is. You got me my favourite one. No way, you've done real good.
I'm doing to see mine.
What did you get?
I got myself.
You've actually done really good. I'm proud of you. Oh, I wouldn't have minded that. I'll have to maybe wet my whistle with this. Sparkling raspberry lemonade for Esme.
I got some crisps.
Same crisps as me. Eh? What else we got for you?
I got the same donut as you.
Did ya?
Yeah. It's my favourite.
Hey, it sounds like you've got a good dinner as well. And what was your main?
My main is a pizza.
What? You know pizza's my favourite.
You got sausage roll.
Oh, the sausage roll doesn't seem as good now. What? Oh, you're not going to eat all that. Oh, give us a bite.
Okay.
Ah. Well done. Did good. Have a nice dinner, everyone. Is such like, so many people kind of enjoyed it and think it's a good idea. I've had people like tagging me in videos since then saying, "Look, we did it with our kids" and so on, which I won't say is necessarily like stealing content, because I don't know if anyone ever has done anything similar to that before. It was just a quick thing off the top of my head. Someone might have done something similar to it. So be it if they have. But I don't really mind people doing it and tagging me in it and stuff. I think it's quite good. I think it makes it look better, because then it's like, who's this kid? And then they check out my original version of it and so on. I don't mind it too much, as long as people know that. As long as it doesn't do better than mine.
I do get what you mean by that. Like, see, I mean, me personally, and this is my view of it, right? And don't get me wrong, I've never. You do a lot of, like, as you say, family stuff, real life stuff. So with that is all original ideas and things like that. So I can see why.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I can see why that is a thing for yourself. With if people like take that idea and use it as their own, things like that, without tagging you. Because I've forever seen people going, "Oh, well, this is my, like, I done this video first. People are doing it again. I don't know why I'm not getting tagged and given credit for this." Whereas, like, I don't know. I've always found that a bit weird, just because it's for me, TikTok is a social media app. People are forever like copying each other's ideas and doing practically the same videos in their own way and all that. And you know, it's the way I've always viewed the world is, the world's billions and billions and billions of years old. As much as we are evolving and developing, someone out there's 7 billion people in the world. Someone's had the exact same idea as someone else. So I've always considered that a case of, think it like a cocktail. Right, you've got a Long Island iced tea, and TGI Fridays does a Grateful Dead. Exact same ingredients, just done a different way. So it's thrown in a separate way. So with that, I can understand the point of giving credit where credit's due, 100% in your own case, definitely. But then I see people doing, like, the same video in different ways, and then someone complaining that the idea was theirs, why they not getting credit? And I'm like, hold on a minute. They've done it in their own way. They've not used your sound. They've just done it a different way.
I just think if yours is that, if you should really be confident enough in yourself. Like even if somebody did this Greg's video, if somebody did that at Greg's and didn't tag me in it, I won't see it and think, oh my god, I'm so annoyed they've not given me credit, because I'm confident in my own page that
Yeah.
like it's unique and it's got its own kind of personality. So I'm confident in myself that mine's okay anyway, and it doesn't really need like credit from other people. Does that make sense?
No, I completely
Yeah.
get it. I do.
And I feel like TikTok is kind of all about like, because I've done so many videos where it's like I've seen a sound and I thought that'd be perfect for this that happens in my life, and I kind of like pick things off other people. But a lot of answer to the question like, does it ever happen to me? It doesn't really happen to me because the vast majority of my videos are like raw material,
Yeah.
which is like me filming my daughter in hospital or Harry at home or day-to-day things. So I don't do a great deal of trends or make my own trends very
Yeah.
often anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was
So-
you gonna say, Louis? Sorry,
So
I
obviously,
put in.
talking on that note, obviously, like you've went and done Greg's, fantastic, great video by the way, which is obviously we speaking about earlier, during the pizza thing at the very start. Would you not do like a series? So would you not like go to, right, we're gonna go Tesco meal deal, go and get that, go and get me a
Yeah.
meal deal. What would you do? Like,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one. I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna try and do one next week because I have got an idea. I won't drop the idea like
no, definitely
No,
not.
don't.
let you know, because then we're gonna have it where someone nicks it and I'll be a hypocrite, and then I'll be like, it stole my
That's my
idea. And I've
idea.
just said that I won't be bothered.
Listen,
But
if someone
I
does
have-
do that, we got you back. Don't worry. We'll
Yeah,
let all
yeah.
you
But
prize.
I've got a little.
We've
I've
got
got
video
like a little
recording.
idea, which is because after the Greg's one, somebody commented in that and said you'll be doing it, letting her do the weekly shop next. So I replied to that comment, and a few days later, I literally let in Esme go in Aldi while I walked around with her. I said to her, "You can buy." I said, "This is our weekly shop. Keep that in your mind. We need serious things. Don't go stupid with toys." I said, "But I'm trusting you on the weekly shop. Anything you put in, I can't say no." She went round Aldi and she did the weekly shop, and we videoed that. And that video, it did like reasonably well as well. Nothing to the lengths that is. And then I've kind of just been dragged off in like different directions and kind of just forgot about it. And it was you, Lewis, who said to me last time, didn't you? Like, would you not maybe try and build on that and come up with a few similar ideas? And I have done that now, and I'm going to do one maybe, hopefully next week or next 2 weeks, depends when we can get
Yeah.
there and get it done.
be like-
And then we'll see how that goes, and we'll just take them as they come.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
We look forward to seeing it.
how well does my daughter know me, or something like that, like a little
Aye.
small series, and it's just going
Yeah.
through
Even
different
that,
things.
get different members of the family to go into Greg's and get your order, see what they get.
Yeah.
No,
2-year-old Indy next.
oh no, definitely.
So obviously we've kind of touched base with now, obviously integrated with that with your most viral video, and obviously going on to trying new things, which is great to hear. You know what I mean? And like I say, for me, I get the old concept of giving people credit. I get that. If I'm gonna take someone's sound, like you know when you post a video, and you think, actually I probably shouldn't post it, so you save it, you delete, you edit it, and you put it back up, and then obviously that sound that you use becomes yours. So then it becomes yours. It comes underneath your name, saying that you've made the sound, and obviously not. I get credit in that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget to credit people, and then I get people
Shame
my
on
things
you.
going, you haven't credited, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I get that, but if you click on the sound I'm using, they're the first video. They're down as the original.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
true.
so
You
I
can
get
always
where
find
some
the
people are coming
original.
from with that. What? Sorry.
I said you can always find the original.
You know what I mean? Like, you can literally go into the sound, it'll say their name in the sound bit, and then you go up to the sort of top, and their videos at the top. So I guess sometimes crediting them for that, saying, "Look, mate, yeah, you use your thing or whatever," or CCing them into the tag or whatever. But sometimes I forget that. There's a lot of time more recently I have forgot that. But in back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, but I forgot that. But at the same time, then you just click on the sound and their name's gonna be there. You know what I mean? And I always comment on their videos saying great sound or great this or great that.
Definitely. I mean, I think for me, the way I looked at it is because, so obviously, I'm not very active on TikTok. I'm more Twitch. Whereas with Twitch, everyone's playing the same, like a game comes out, everyone's playing the same games. They're watching the same games, getting a lot of the same reactions and all that. So the way I see it is, it's everyone is doing the same thing, like live, but it's not a case of it's they are doing the same things. It's just there's nowhere to give credit. The only place you can actually give credit is to the game. You know, so that's the way it hits me because of my experience with it. But I can fully understand with yourself with like posting videos, because like it's no like you're doing TikTok lives and someone else is copying your TikTok live. It's they're copying your videos you are putting out. So I can understand that 100%. All in all, we've talked about TikTok. We've talked about your most viral video and all that. Why you enjoy making your content. Why you think other people enjoy your content. But is there any TikTokers whose content you actually really enjoy? Like, I mean, everyone has a person they do look out for on TikTok when it comes to
I'm more so I'm more interested in like the people who I follow. I don't have anybody. Like I've obviously explained the reason I started up and how I started up. It wasn't really influenced by anybody else and watching anybody else. And then when I started up, because I have limited time, all my time is basically just taken up with creating my own videos and stuff. So when I do have some time to look through stuff, I look through my For You page.
yeah.
And just I get like Louis said in a big hole of just looking at stuff that I'm interested in. But one thing that I do really like to do, which is enjoyable, is going through the people who I follow, and they follow me back. Anyone who is live, I make an effort every single day to go through everybody's live streams and just pop in and say hello and just like and in regards to watching people, that is literally all I really do. I don't like have a favorite person, but I do really enjoy going into people's lives and just saying hello and just
Yeah.
wishing everyone a good day and stuff like that. That's something I do make a conscious effort to do every day. But do you, Lewis? Like I know we will probably have people who we're aware of who were doing really good, and they are enjoyable to watch. But do you have somebody who you're like, I love watching them. Like I'm gonna go see what they've been up to today. Or are you the same as me?
So I used to be where, like you say, I used to scroll through. I always double check on people. I always watch them and I always watch that. But more recently, I like, because I'm trying to fit everything into my day. So like I work 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day. When
Yeah.
I'm not there, I've got the gym or I've got football, or then I'm trying to make content, and then I'm trying to do a bit of my Herbalife. Um, and then I'm trying to fit in this now. This is something new that we're kind of getting on the journey with this, as well as trying to do a bit of Twitch streaming. I don't have time because I know, frankly, as soon as I start looking through that For You page, I'm going to be lost for half an hour now. I'm just going to go bum 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 bum. But people that do stand out for me, and obviously I am a massive Sideman fan. Massive Sideman fan. Sidemen I think's great. Sidemen, massive Sidemen fan. It just didn't sound right with what I was trying to say.
Side man would be singular.
Yeah. But no, the Sidemen really enjoy their content. Think it's great. But more on the TikTok side, I find obviously Richie. I think Richie's done very well for himself. I think Seth Marsh has done very well for himself. The skits and obviously Brimworld, the Brim, and yeah, you know what I mean. You've got the old guy that does. I think he's quite funny, but
The old guy that
yeah,
does
like I
what?
say,
Sorry, your volume sort of cut out for me there.
there was no volume. It was just me demonstrating.
Oh, right.
I thought you cut out as well.
I was literally sitting there like, oh god, here we go again.
Gareth, you was truthful. I was just gonna let it slide and wing it.
Yeah, but I'm the one that's got to deal with the editing of this.
But I was just getting into character because he
Oh
doesn't say
yeah,
anything.
no,
He
I
just
know
goes,
exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I think he's been very smart because obviously everyone can relate to it because there's no like language barriers, there's no nothing. Everyone watches it and goes, sees him do stuff, and everyone just gets it. So yeah, I think there's a few people out there that I think are doing very well for themselves. But like I say, I don't even scroll through the For You page much no more, so I couldn't tell you who's doing what. I think Cole Anderson. I think Cole Anderson. Some of Cole Anderson's skits and stuff like that are very, very good. But that's it, really. What about you, Gareth?
For me, there's I like so my TikTok. I don't really. My For You page is always all over the fucking place. Honestly, all over the place.
Women.
No, not mate. Don't make me out to be a perv. Like, come on. No, no.
Especially
My
when we can't see what's going on your camera at the minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I still need to.
I
You
reckon
can't.
if you go over to
can't
his
see me,
page
but
and check
everyone
his
else
following,
does. No.
if you go over
so-
to his page, check the people he's following, guarantee it's 90% women.
No, that's the thing. So it was. I was following over 3,000 people, most of them, and that's only happened over the
3,999 women.
that has only happened over the past couple of months. But then it was about a week before we done the first recording. I decided I was going to sit and have a look and see who all the fuck I was actually following. Most of them were like just fit lassies, and I was like, oh, I see what she does. Follow. And then I was sitting lying, I was looking at my following, and I was like, oh, I really need to get rid of all this. Like, so I've now went from 3,000 down to 700 people. Like, I just got rid of all sorts. I just unfollowed all sorts because I was like, no, because I mainly watch my For You page, and my like when you're following that many people, you're not seeing the ones that you really want to see, the people's content that you really enjoy. So, like for me, we spoke about this the last time. Is I really love a guy called Craig Not Craig. Craig Not Craig. It's his content.
Tesco with a K.
Yeah, aye, Tesco with a K. I love his content. He's just had a big bout with Tesco because he was wearing their uniform, because he does a lot of retail content about working in retail and things like that. But he also does monster reviews, and I'm a big as I say, I'm a gamer. I'm a big advocate for Monster energy drinks. But there was the other day he takes requests, and he done Monster mixed. He does Monster mixed with stuff, so he's done Monster mixed with different monsters, different energy drinks. He done one with different other drinks. So it was Coca-Cola, Fanta, Dr Pepper, milk was one of them, and it curdled. He's done it with like protein powders. But he done
Do
one.
with cereal.
He done one the other day, yes, with cornflakes. But the thing is, it was Tesco's cornflakes, and he showed the box on the camera, and then it just cut, and he went, "Oh, hold on a minute," and he scribbled out the C in the Tesco and put a K instead, which I thought was fucking genius. But he tried it, and it was horrible. Like he's fucking hilarious. So I look at for things like that, as well as like other. So he's one of my favourite content creators on TikTok, as well as like other cosplay ones. You've got very big cosplay TikTokers such as Camilla Severin and Dizzy Spells, who, well, I don't know. I think Izzy's fell away from the cosplay stuff for a while, but She like the two of them were like for cosplay stuff. They are very pinnacle as well. Another one for me is it was the guest, the other guest we've recorded with. Her name's Elsa Official. She does a lot of cosplay stuff as well. But that's more my for you, what I look out for on TikTok. 'Cause that's stuff that interests me. But that's the thing with favourite content creators. Everyone's got different stuff. Everyone's more interested in the things they've got. But I do think with yourself, Joel, you do a lot of, and I said this the last time we recorded, you do a lot of real life like aspect. Like that's your whole concept, your whole niche, if you will, for your content is real life stuff, and that's what I think that's what really draws people in, like genuine real life. You know, it's not like it's not like I'm going to go into your page and I'm going to be looking at like fucking Geordie Shore reality TV. No, it's fucking like it's actual reality.
Yeah, it's just we a lot of the times we just kind of document. It's a bit like vlogging, really.
Yeah.
'Cause we do sometimes I do like full day vlogs, but we literally I've got like a list on my phone of ideas of TikToks, like creative TikToks I want to do, and then if like for example today I got a new tattoo, and the idea behind the tattoo and everything is like a meaningful story, and I know that people on my page would like to hear it. So rather than coming home today after my tattoo and filming a creative one that I've got on my list, I instead just kind of did like a mini vlog of what I did today, getting my tattoo done and surprising my grandma with it and so on. So
on that note, what tattoo did you get?
Yeah, I was just about to ask the same question.
So, like as you both know, I've been through like quite a hard time. I won't say that I've like suffered with like mental health and stuff, because I'm lucky and I don't feel like I have actually struggled.
Yeah.
Obviously, with what that has gone on, I have had like down days and where I've needed to like lifting up. And whenever I feel like that, I always go to my grandma and granddad's, and like my grandma cooks some nice food, or I sit and watch horse racing with my granddad. And whenever I'm there, I feel so like, just like relaxed, and there's not a care in the world. I just chilled out. So I got a picture of their bungalow this week. I snuck around there and took some pictures outside their house without them realising. And I've got a portrait of their bungalow tattooed on my leg with a quote, which is, the quote basically says, "Happy place is somewhere your thoughts can rest."
That.
So that is. I don't know if you can see this, but that is their bungalow.
Wee bit over. There you
That's
go.
it.
So that's their bungalow.
Yeah.
And I'll show you the tattoo because it's all wrapped up at the moment. But the tattoo is literally, identical to it.
Oh, that is class.
Love that.
Oh, that is
Love
lovely.
that.
Yeah, that I do.
Fair
I
play,
really like
mate.
that.
I really like
How
that.
many tattoos do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I've got four. Well, I've got four. So I decided not long ago. I've always wanted tattoos, but I'm quite I'm the type of person who wouldn't get. Sorry, I've just plugged my phone back in. I'm the type of person who wouldn't get anything unless it was meaningful and had a story behind it, because I don't want to ever get anything that I'll regret, basically. So, about 3 years ago, I decided I'm gonna get my full leg tattooed, because I knew I wanted it doing. But I said I'm not gonna rush. I'm just gonna get what kind of I feel like I want, and so I've got the three that I've got on my leg are all like, they've all got like big stories behind them, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just waiting for an idea for the next ones to get booked in and stuff. But
Oh,
it takes forever, so I probably won't
I
get another for
have-
quite some time.
Yeah, I love
I've
that.
not had a tattoo since I was 21. Like I'm 27 now, nearly 28. Like
So what have you got, Gareth?
I've got 3 tattoos. 3 tattoos that I love. So I've got this one. Oh, you can't. Hold on.
You can't see.
Yeah. I know, but I'm showing the camera. I'm showing the recording. So I have a tribal dragon on my chest that I got done when I was 18. It's got it's just a basic tribal dragon with a wee. Do you know the show Supernatural?
I
So-
don't think I've seen it.
No. So it's a show Supernatural that me and my mum really love. Like we're both like mega fans of this show. And there's a tattoo from that the characters have. So I got that incorporated with it. I have a Joker and Harley Quinn. Sort of is practically the entire upper of my arm. It's skull. It's sort of a skull form of Joker and Harley Quinn with lots
Amazing.
of ha-has and things over it. That I have. That's it's my proudest tattoo. I got that done when I was 21. And on my favourite tattoo, and it's because of the story behind it, is a martini glass on my ankle. So my best friend since I was, I want to say 4. Her name's Megan. We grew up together. We got together when we were 16 for a year just to see like if there was anything there. And we did decide we were better off as friends. Like she's now engaged and has a kid with one of my other good friends, Joseph. I actually set them up. But I've always been considered really close family, like a brother, her brothers and sisters, and a son to her mum and dad. So our sister got engaged and was going to got married, but before she got married, she had a hen weekend away in Blackpool. One of her bridesmaids pulled out. So they went, oh, well, who can we get to go? And they know I'm a great laugh on a night out, so they invited me. And I went down to
Dressed up as a bridesmaid.
No, I did wear a bright pink shirt and a sash that said gay best friend. You know, because why the fuck not? I'm not actually gay, by the way. But we went to this hen weekend, had a great time. I actually got with one of the bridesmaids in the caravan, which was a fucking great story. What adds to this story? So Megan's my ex. We actually started seeing this bridesmaid for a few months. And
You say you got with her in the caravan?
yeah, we were all living in the one caravan. I was on the couch bed and living in the living room of it. And yeah, but the next day after we woke up, we went seen Madame Tussauds house, like House of Wax and all that. But we ended up going for a matching tattoo. So I now have the same the tattoo on my ankle of this martini glass. I have the same matching tattoo with 2 X's. We all have it together, and it's it is the greatest story. I tell people this story and they're like, "You're fucking kidding me on." I'm like, "No, I'm
love
not.
that.
I'm not." So those are my tattoos. I'm dying to get another one, but that is my favourite tattoo ever.
When you settle down, Gareth, what story are you gonna give your new partner of the martini glass?
Oh no, so I'm all about full honesty. I've told girls on like the 3rd date about this story, and you know what? It's to me, it's I'm me. I'm honest. I'm an open book.
Yeah,
If you
fair
can't
play.
handle my honesty, if you can't handle my past, then it's not going to work.
Everyone has a past as if you
Exactly.
get it out there nice and early, there's no problem with that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like if you can't handle
past.
my past and things I've done in my past and all that and stuff like that. I mean, Megan's still my best friend. So like I know a lot of girls that will go, "Oh no, your best pals with one of your exes." I can't handle that. That's on them. I'm not going to then fall out with her because the girl that
Yeah,
the girl that I'm seeing just isn't comfortable with it. That's not on. I'm not doing that. But So Lewis, you're on the next question, my friend.
Okay, so obviously we have gone through reasons we started TikTok, social media, and things like that, and obviously we spoke a little bit about COVID, kind of taking over the world through the media eye and and all that kind of jazz. But how has your life been compared to pre and post COVID? Is there much change between the two, or?
Uh, just the fact that I couldn't. I'm really like family orientated. So and I'm really outdoorsy as well. So if on a weekend when I'm not working and stuff, I'm like straight to my grandma's, straight to my dad, straight to my mum's, straight to um like park, just like the little things in life. So when COVID was here, they're the things that I kind of missed. I
Yeah.
kind of struggled to I struggled to not I always like listened to the rules, whether I listened to the rules and kind of respected it, but I did find things quite hard to kind of grasp, and I felt like there should have been for me, I felt like there should have been like loopholes where I could get out when it was someone's birthday. And do you know what I mean? Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I struggled with that at first, and then I finally got into it. And now I feel like it's kind of like changed me now. So now I just don't really care about going out whatsoever anymore. Like I am a bit of a hermit. I literally TikTok, look after my family, see family, and watch sport. Like it has made me a tiny bit antisocial in some ways, but I won't say my life is a great deal different apart from those key factors. Like I said last time we spoke, I wasn't too affected by it, other than little things like that, which everybody went through. So yeah, I was definitely one of the lucky ones. I carried on working. Nobody in my family got too unwell. Um, Apart from when I got it, I felt like I was gonna die. But I don't know if I'm a hypochondriac, but I felt horrendous. Um, but yeah, what about you? What about you? Because that's all I really have to say on the old.
Yeah, so for me, obviously, mine changed massively. And that's only because obviously I used to be flat out working all the time. And actually, what I did was I handed my notice, like it was literally the March before. So the March before COVID came along, I handed my notice at work. I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna take the next 12, 18 months out of work. So I was like, I'm gonna go Spain. So I went to Spain. It's where I met Gareth. I went to Spain for
Yeah,
six
boy.
months working in a cocktail cabaret
Cabaret.
club. So I was there, and then from there I was coming home, spending Christmas at home, and then was going to plan to go Australia, do a working visa for a year. And obviously, as I got to March, when I was planning on my working visa, COVID struck. So COVID came along, ruined that plan for me. I thought, okay, I need a plan B. I need something else I'm going to do. I don't know how long I'm going to be in lockdown. I don't know what's going on. And I was sat at home with the family and whatever, chilling out. And then, yeah, I've got persuaded to have a little TikTok, have a little kind of nosy, see what's going down, and I watched that for a couple of times. Then I had a few drinks, got the courage, made a video, and that was it. Then I kind of was posting every day. I was doing live streams. I was dancing in the garden. I remember one of my first ever videos going viral. It was when I was dancing in my garden, and my family was there. My little niece was staying with my mum's at the time. I'm dancing. My niece tries to walk past me, and I literally barge out the way on my hip while I'm dancing. She literally goes flying. And everyone's like commenting on it, going, "Wow, you just like loads of stuff about my niece," and that was my most viral video. But from there, I thought, okay, I'm gonna use that now. So I continued the journey, and then, funny enough, we came out of lockdown. So we came out of lockdown. At the time, I went back to work and things like that, and then I ended up, as we were going to our second lockdown, I was speaking to Redhead TV at the time. And then for the second lockdown, we moved in together. The second lockdown, and that's when we kind of planned the whole house experience, house on the move. and this kind of content creator house. So I went into there, and yeah, life just turned around for me. And I went on this massive kind of journey. Went abroad, went to Mexico, volunteered in Mexico, built like a education center in a school. I got COVID over there. So I think I was out there for about a week, and I ended up getting COVID. So the rest of the guys were like going out, building a school, having like coming back to the house we a dating app paid for. So it was like sponsorship paid for this house we were staying in, and we had like pool parties in the garden and stuff like that. So all the guys, rest of the guys, were having pool parties. I'm sat, with like, and this when reality hit me. I sat in a small room with an ensuite for 10 days. I mean, I only came out of my room when the rest of the guys were out doing the building a school or out later on in the evening. I literally, no word lie, because by the Mexico I had no lockdown rules anyway. But by then I was just sat in this house, in this small room with an ensuite for 10 days. Hearing the guys have fun outside and the pool is that over was probably when I hit probably the worst rock bottom I probably ever hit. Because it wasn't the fact of they were enjoying themselves, it was just the fact of reality is I was stuck in a room. I couldn't get out. I just pictured how jail would be. If you know what I mean? Sounds really weird, but I just pictured, imagine sitting in a room constantly for years on end, only coming out for an hour, go back in your cell, years on end. And I thought, I struggled after 10 days. I struggled physically. Like, I was bad anyway from COVID, but I struggled physically. Mentally, I struggled. And as soon as I literally could get that green light where I could come out of that room, I was on the first flight back home. I was like, I can't do this. I need to go home. And it was a massive reality, you know what I mean? It was a massive reality check to go, I've been living this kind of wild life in this bubble, stuck in this bubble that I was talking about earlier on. I just didn't see anything else apart from what I was doing. And then when that got taken away from me, the reality hit of kind of the situation we're in across the whole board. It wasn't just me, across the whole board, and how other people were struggling because they were stuck in a house or they were doing this, they were doing that. And for me, I was stuck in a house, we were doing this, we were doing that. But yeah, it was a massive, massive reality check. But like I say, we went over there. We raised money, we paid our own way, we paid for our own flights, etc. We donated this money. And yeah, it was just crazy, to be fair. Like, and people, like, we got a lot of hate for it. We got a lot of stick for it. People saying you're robbing, you're this, you're that, and it's not. It's everything is legit. They sent post pictures over of receiving the money. Everything is legit. And it was all done correctly. It was all by the government guidelines. We weren't breaking any rules. But yeah, the reality hit when I got stuck in that room and gone, do you know, actually, I've had such a high, but now I'm having such a low. So yeah, it changed dramatically in two ways. One, it was very, very good, very high, and the second one was I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom like a lot of other people did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my journey with COVID, pre and post COVID. Oh, you, Gareth?
So for me, COVID. So my COVID story is, I'll imagine my COVID story is a lot like anyone who worked and lived out in Spain during COVID. I throughout the first lockdown, I still lived in Spain. So me and Lewis met in Spain as cocktail bartenders for a bar called Chaplin's, in Salou. And Lewis went home. I decided to stay. It was my second year working there, and I love everything about Salou. And the Salou to me still is a second home. I got a flat with one of the guys that we worked with, Dan, and we basically just spent the first lockdown there. And I was going to come home during the first lockdown, but my roommate Dan and my mum both told me, listen, we don't know how long this pandemic's going to last. You could come home and then it'll blow over. You don't know. So I stayed out there in hopes that the bar we worked for was going to open back up. It didn't. I did stay out there during, like, the first lockdown did sort of lift over there a wee bit, and then everything went back into full swing, full lockdown a lot. And when that happened, and it hit summertime, like, I stayed throughout the winter, throughout spring, and summertime hit, and it didn't open back up. I couldn't keep my flat. Like there was no job for me, so I had to go home. I had to come home. And when I came home, like I've been a bartender since I was 18. Like there was nothing else for me here. Luckily, I have a bit of a background in care work. So I done social care in college from the age of 16 through 18. So I just started looking at care work jobs because there was plenty of those going about due to COVID. So I worked as a care worker for a company called the Richmond Fellowship in Scotland. I worked for them for 6 months, and working in care work can take a real toll on you, mentally and physically. It's a lot of long hours, and just to sort of be that advocate and care for people, it can take a lot on you. And I'll say hands down now, I'm not that strong a person. So as soon as the bars opened back up, me and my mate TJ, we went for a pint in the bar that I am a manager in now. And the manager that was on shift, it was COVID rules, so it was table service, so it was quite easy to talk to the staff and all that. So she came over with our drinks, and basically I'd already given the job up because I couldn't keep on. It was taking too much of a toll on me mentally and physically. My mate basically asked her, listen, are you looking for any bar staff? And he explained that I've got a lot of bar experience. I've been a bartender since I was 18 and that. And I got hired the next week. I've worked my way up and all that. Yada, yada, yada. Funny thing is, though, throughout my entire time in Spain, throughout my entire 6 months working as a care worker, not once did I catch COVID. 2 weeks into working in that fucking pub, I caught COVID, and it was the worst experience of my 28 years on this planet, 27 and a half years on this planet. I've always said I don't get sick. I've always said I've got the immune system of a fucking god, but this hit me like a ton of bricks. I genuinely felt like a 4x4 just got whapped over my head. Oh, it was and that was me with 2 vaccinations. And don't get me wrong, the vaccination I fully feel is the wrong term for it, because you're not vaccinated. You can't get it. It just lessens the symptoms. So if that's it, me with lessened symptoms, fuck knows what would have happened if I didn't have the vaccine and it hit me. My God, I would have been crying. But then the thing is, so I do currently live with my mother, my sister, and my brother. Well, at the time my brother's since moved out, but my brother has severe asthma, which COVID's very, very it's bad news for asthmatics. My mother had it, my sister had it, my brother, who I had to then share a room with, never got it. He was the only one in the house that never got it. Somehow, we don't know how.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's
mad how it works.
Mate, it's fucking mad. But
Mad.
COVID for me really changed my life. But it never, like you said last time, it's not as if COVID never took anyone from you that you're close to or that. But and it never took anyone from me. The way it changed my life significantly is I now live in a different fucking country. But
Yeah.
it's if COVID never happened, my life right now would be completely different. I wouldn't be doing this podcast. But
Well, us three wouldn't be sat here right now if it wasn't for COVID.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I mean?
Lewis would have to find someone else to run the technical side.
Just to get it right the first time round.
Shut up. But yeah.
Obviously, talking as we say with COVID is a massive thing. You know what I mean, and we will forever remember it. We remember the experiences, the memories, what it kind of took away, what it kind of brought to us, etc. But obviously there's so much more other things going on in the world. Just kind of spoke a little bit about COVID, obviously a big topic in the world right now, but obviously there's other stuff going on in the world right now. Obviously we've had the scorching hot weather to the thunderstorm that we've just recently had for a day or two, and now it's getting warm again. And obviously sport, obviously women's win the Euro, Anthony Joshua fighting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the World Cup coming up at the end of the year. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff going on this year. For the bright side, for more positive. You know what I mean? I think it's good. Definitely to see the women's Euros win. And then obviously men's World Cup, see what they can do at the end of the year. But obviously the big talking point is probably the boxing tomorrow night. What is your prediction, Joel?
I I can't see I can't see Usyk getting beat. I know there's the SARS difference and everything like that. I feel like for AJ to win, I feel he's got to get a knockout. He's not going to be able to outbox Usyk. I don't think there's many people who actually can. And I always remember watching him when he fought Tony Bellew, and he was just like untouchable. He's unbelievable, and as the years have gone on, he's just grown into an unbelievable fighter. So I am sitting on the fence. I am saying that I can't see Usyk getting beat by Joshua. I've never really been one to be massively interested in Joshua as opposed to like other fighters that I've been into. He's just never really like captured my like interest. And I don't know why. I can't really put my finger on it, but even with fights with like Dillian White and well, there's been loads of different fights that he's had, and he's been kind of like shook, like rocked by just like you're not even elite fighters. I just feel like he's missing something. I think that Usyk will capitalise
But
on
my
it.
thing is, if he's, you know, when he went through the Olympic and won the gold, if he'd have stayed at that kind of size, you know what I mean? He had the pace, he had the movement. If he'd have just stayed that kind of size, I think he would have done a lot better. I just feel now that he's just too big and bulky, too slow with the movement
Who's
and the
that,
moving out of the
Usyk
way.
or
Just
Joshua?
too big, Joshua. Just too big. And like Tyson Fury sums it up, he's just a bodybuilder.
That is true. That is
You know what I
true.
mean?
That is true.
He's next level Tyson. You know what I
Aye.
mean? But
See, that's a fight that a lot of people wanted to see, Joshua v Tyson.
And I think if AJ does end up getting the win tomorrow night, I think you'll get that interest for that fight back. But if not, I think as it stands today, right now, I don't think there is much interest in that fight. But if AJ wins, I think it might come back a little bit. If he gets beat, then I think he's more or less finished in
yeah,
the
100%.
Yeah,
sport.
I
Really,
mean,
there's not really a great deal he can do because I can't see
yeah.
him being interested in fighting anyone other than Wilder, um, Wilder, Fury, and so on. And they're not going to really want to if he gets beat by Usyk. So.
Yeah, I mean the world's had its big boxers throughout time. I mean, for me growing up, I remember watching like Carl Groves, Ricky Hatton, Amir Khan, and then it started to move into the Joshua, Carl Froch, yes. Who was the other guy? The guy that was married to Hayden Panettiere for a while. What's his Klitschko. And we've now moved into the era of fighters like Usyk, Joshua, Tyson Fury. We had Tony Bellew for a while as well. I think it does come down to a pinnacle point where you either make your money through boxing and then retire, which I think Fury's near on ready to do. Or you can, like you say, Joshua, who if he loses this fight, his career might be over.
Yeah, another one because I was really surprised with this fight when I heard it was this weekend, earlier in the week because it has been so quiet. Like in comparison to like when Fury was fighting, you couldn't get away from it, and this seems to have just been so quiet. But I know I'm going off topic and stuff, but
Go off, Hobbit,
I
Bobby
really
Boy.
I really need. I couldn't help but mention that the Conor Ben and the Eubank fight has been really announced, and for me, that the interest I'll have in that fight as opposed to the one tomorrow is like different level. Just with I love Conor Ben. I've watched Conor
How's
Ben since his very first fight. I've watched every fight. I'm obsessed with the way he is. I love watching him speak, watching him box, everything about him, and I just think the legacy of the fathers and the build up of it with the fathers there, and I just think it's going to be like so entertaining.
Do you think Conor Ben's going to win?
I think he will.
I do.
I believe it. I believe in Conor Ben. I know that's not a massive thing for Joel Redhead to believe in Conor Ben, but I'd just so how vicious he is. He's just so vicious and so powerful. He's just like relentless.
Yeah.
But I just can't wait for that. The full week, the week I'll be watching it, listening to it like a hawk.
Definitely.
It would be so much bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's your if before we go on to anything else? Who's your two predictions? I ain't asked because I want to stick you on the line as well with me.
Okay, so I honestly think if it's finished, the fight is over within 5 rounds, I'm gonna say it's Joshua. Goes any
Is that
any
by
longer
knockout or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the only way he's gonna win. If it goes any further, then I'm gonna say Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk won by unanimous decision the last time. Like it was like Usyk won full out on points. It went the full distance. For me, I do think if it comes to knockout, stranger things have happened. Usyk might knock Joshua out. We've seen Joshua rocked a good few times, but I think Usyk could knock him out, maybe. But if it comes down to points, it's Usyk's match. Which I'll be heartbroken by because I do love Joshua as a boxer. I do. I genuinely do.
What shocked me?
Yeah.
What shocks me? When you go back to that moment where Klitschko versus AJ, you know what I mean? Everyone thought it was over. It's put down. It's back up and wins. You know what I mean? Like, he has got a glass jaw. We know that. He gets rocks very easy. He tires very easy. He's got the power.
Which isn't good for boxers.
He's got a power. If he just connects one of those hits, it can be a night. So I believe if it's going to be a knockout early rounds, it's Joshua. If it goes to the later stages, I just don't think Joshua's got the energy, and he's just too big.
Yeah, and
Just too big.
What's your prediction for the other fight, Lewis?
The Conor Ben, Eubank. I think Conor Ben knockout.
Yeah. So I'll not lie. I don't really know much about Conor Ben. I know Eubank. I've seen Eubank fights, so I've got to go with what I know. So I'll probably put my money on Eubank. I've never seen Conor Ben fight. I'll be honest here. But just from what I know, don't get me wrong. I'll happily sit and listen to you tell me about him and all that, and you have obviously watched them fight. I just don't know much about him. But yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so we touched a wee bit there on, like when I said about Fury and Joshua, and Joel, you said about how sparks of that, like wanting that fight back, could come back. Another wee spark that's came back about a fight it's YouTubers, Jake Paul and KSI. They are now the fight has been announced that they are selling tickets for it. Who do we think will win?
Honestly,
yeah.
My heart would love KSI to do him.
I'm dying for KSI just to put this week in his place.
I just think the way he is, that Jake Paul and things like that, yeah. My head with the training and the amount of fights Jake Paul's had and the consistency of training, you know what I mean? For the past 2 years, it's just been consistent training. I just think that Jake Paul's got too much. But I honestly, touching on, obviously we'll continue this, but I just want to throw in Tommy Fury in the mix as well. Because that was so much drama and stuff that I think Tommy Fury would beat both of them. I do. Obviously, people are saying, "Oh, like Tommy Fury pulled out for certain reasons, this time and other. He pulled out because he couldn't get in the US or whatever, but Jake Paul wouldn't go anywhere else to box him.
Yeah.
So my heart's saying KSI, my head's saying Jake Paul, and I believe Tommy Fury beat both of them.
Yep, fair. Joel, have you any thoughts or ideas on the subject? Do you watch Sidemen or that? Or?
I've not watched, to be honest, I've
Man.
not watched a great deal of, and I've watched the highlights of Jake Paul's fights, but the people who he's fought have not necessarily been like professional boxers as have they? They've been basketball people, MMA fighters, which is a totally different sport.
Yeah.
I mean, that last knockout he got was impressive against was it Woodley?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
it was like unbelievable, the knockout. Fair play to him. But what's I don't know. I think I've watched KSI's fight against Logan Paul, but it was that long ago.
Which
I can't
one?
remember what.
Christ,
I
there was
remember.
fucking two.
Yeah, I remember watching the first one, but it was that long ago. I can't remember what he fought like. I can't remember. I don't have a clue if he's been training, if he's just stayed into boxing or anything. So
No,
to have a
KSI's been
prediction
training
would
for
just
a
be
while
totally
now.
wild.
For it.
Yeah,
Shit,
it'd
a
just
lot
be a
weight.
totally wild shot in the
Aye.
dark. But I'd just rather I'd back the English and go with KSI. And like
Aye.
you said, Jake Paul's just a bit of a
No, definitely.
just a bit yeah.
I am dying for KSI to win this fight. I, as a person, just
Love it.
don't like Jake Paul. Like, I just don't. Like, it was.
KSI not fighting two people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. What?
The man's making moves for his career, and fair fucks to him for it. Like, his fight. Oh, I can't remember the names because he's got a fight coming up, and is it Alex Wasabi? He's fighting.
It was meant to be. It got changed, didn't it?
Did it? Right. Because
It got changed from Alex Wasabi to fighting two people.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So when's the Jake Paul fight then? When's that?
So that is next year. They are selling tickets for it.
Did you see? I was talking about these two. Jake Paul was on Logan's podcast.
I was genuinely going to
and
bring that up.
He got asked about KSI, and Jake Paul started going about KSI,
Aye.
and then was like, "Yeah, I reckon if Logan got into the ring with him now, he'd beat him." And Logan was like, "No, that's my partner. I wouldn't do that." Like,
No,
'cause they both put in prime now, don't they?
Right, you're playing that off very lightly there. He went fucking through Logan about it. He went through Jake about it. He's like, "Listen, I told you that's my business partner. I told you not to bring me into this," and he went fucking through him about it. Personally, I think Logan will be ringside fucking backing KSI for it. Honestly, like I think even his brother is that because there was Logan Paul's fight against Mayweather. And Jake practically got banned from the event due to the fact that he stole Floyd Mayweather's hat. The guy he's that Disney bro. He's that Disney star gone rogue fucking asshole that we like. He's no done it in the great way that like Demi Lovato and fucking Miley Cyrus have done it. They left Disney. They went their own ways. They're fucking out there. But you know what? They do it in a respectful way. Jake Paul got fucking kicked for Disney and decided to become a wee prick. Like, honestly,
Wee
like,
prick.
oh, exactly, yes, a wee prick. No, honestly, like, I would love nothing more than Jake Paul to like. It would go down as a moment in history. I would want it taught to my kids in history class. The moment Jake Paul
that's
put
why
in
I
fucking
wanted
place.
That's why I wanted the Tommy Fury fight to go ahead so much because I believe that would happen, and like just how much John Fury, I don't know how much you watch like the build-ups and stuff, but how much John Fury gets into it. Did you see him on the stage when he was basically saying I'll get Tommy to do you like a dog.
Oh,
but the build up from that was amazing as well, and then it just got obviously like written off, and it was all for nothing, and I was devastated. But
no, definitely.
yeah, we'll see what
I
what
think
it
it'll happen
brings.
in the future. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah,
It's a matter of when. Yeah, like I said, I think this year's got some great, obviously, events and stuff like that. We're talking about boxing, YouTubers fighting. We've got AJ. We've got obviously Eubank and Conor Benn. We've, like I say, we've had the Euros. Moving on to the World Cup. Straight up, no bullshit. Where's you think England are finishing the World Cup?
Last.
Nah,
Says the Scotsman.
I think it'll be like, I think it'll be something like a bit like maybe quarterfinals. I'm just trying. I don't think we're gonna go and fly through like to semi-finals and finals like we have in the previous years. I feel like we've had like good runs, haven't we? We've had a good cup run. I do obviously hope they do well. I'm obsessed with it. I'll watch every single game, but I've got a feeling it's gonna just a bad gut feeling. It's gonna be a bit of a disappointing one. I've already, even off the back of the Nations League, people was kind of calling for Gareth Southgate and digging him out a tiny bit and stuff. I feel like that might kind of go into the World Cup.
How dare they dig out a Gareth?
Yeah, I know. I like Gareth. I really like Gareth, to be honest with you.
Who do you think will
they're
win
good
it
people.
if not England?
I think Spain. I think Spain are gonna do well in it this year.
Who do you think's going to win it?
Who's gonna win it?
I'd put Spain, Spain or France. I don't know why they just scream out to me for it.
I'd say Spain. See, Brazil aren't the team they used to be. It's hard, isn't it? Because then when you put it like that, it's not like Germany aren't the team they used to be.
No.
So when you pick apart like Germany aren't the team they used to be, like Brazil and Argentina are the scary team they used to be, you kind of think actually why can't England go on to win it? Because if you look on paper, our team is ridiculous, but England have always had a ridiculous team on paper, and it's never always worked. But it has started gelling recently.
You know what it is, and this is the part. I had this conversation. I can't remember the conversation with, and we were watching the Euros and stuff like that, and they were like interviewing all the team members, and like they're all best friends. They all played each other through youth at the clubs now. They've all played with each other all through every age group. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a big sport, so they've always been kept really tight. And like, I think 6 of the English women are all best friends, and then the other 2, like the rest of them, are like really good mates. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy because they've been so tight the whole way through their career. I just feel like they link so much better. They know each other inside out and things like that. Well, you look at the men's team. A couple of them grew up in Germany. A couple of them grew up here. A couple of them grew up there. Like they all played different levels, different leagues, different this, different that.
You do seem to see they do seem to have like a really good click though, but within that group, like you see a lot of stuff on social media, whereas in the past when we was kind of growing up, they've even been like said on telly that they was that obsessed with the club football. They used to sit on separate tables at international duty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's nice that there is like a good click and stuff. I just feel like the only thing letting us down is possibly centre backs. We're not blessed with like incredible centre backs. I don't feel. Full backs were full backs unbelievable. Like how many the choice we've got for full backs, but centre backs is the thing that's going to let us down. I'd say.
So you reckon Spain?
Yeah, I have got a question. If you both don't mind me throwing one in there, though.
Go for it.
So Pickford's obviously been number 1 keeper. Now, would you stick with him personally as number 1, or would you be bringing somebody else in? And if you was, who? Because I know my answer, so I want to see what you say.
My honest opinion, if you just said to me, last season before, number 1 goalkeeper, I'd have gone Dean Henderson. Had a fantastic season. I'd have gone Dean Henderson. I think Pickford is very good for England. Isn't the best for Everton. I feel like we need to start going off what they're doing in their club football, not what they do for England. Because that's not always the beneficial way. Because they play good for England, then we play and they play crap. They play crap all season. My number one would be Ramsdale.
Yeah, I'm glad that's where I'd go with it.
Right now on paper, like 2 years ago it would have been Dean Henderson, but last year he didn't do anything. This year and towards last year and this year, I'd go Ramsdale as my number one.
Yeah, you don't Henderson. While we were on the subject of him, he played unbelievable over the weekend for Forest. So you don't know that move might get him worming his way back in. But from what I've seen of Ramsdale, I just think he's a class act. It's like I've been watching the Arsenal documentary on Amazon recently, and even on there, he just paints a good picture of himself. Are you into football, Gareth?
I'm into Scottish football. I'm an.
You're not into football, then.
I'm an Lewis, you cheeky fucker. I'm an
Not a high
SPFL guy.
standard.
So for me, right, and I know I'm a Rangers fan.
That's our League One level, isn't it?
So
Lewis, the next time I see you, I am taking a bat to your leg. No, I'm a Scottish football guy. You know, don't get me wrong. I work in a pub. We put on all we are the only sports bar in our area, so we play all the football games, whether it be English football, Scottish football, Euros, UEFA, World Cup, the lot. So don't get me wrong, most of the time I am working, so I don't really get to watch the games, but you get it. But I'm more of a Scottish football kind of guy. Now, I'm a Rangers fan, so I know you've asked who, there's only one English keeper that I really keep up to date with, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for saying he is one of my favourite keepers, and it's Joe Hart, because he's Celtic's keeper. I fucking love Joe Hart as a keeper. I do. See when he was a keeper for Man City, I fucking love. I fucking love.
Yeah, it was a different.
Joe Hart. But see, since he became the Celtic keeper, I've been so conflicted. I'm like, I love him, but I hate Celtic. I love him, but I hate Celtic. I'm like, no. So for me, Joe Hart is a phenomenal keeper. But when it comes down to the actual English team, because there's so many great English keepers out there. Like, well, I won't say there's a lot of good English keepers out there. But for me, it would be Joe Hart, because I know what Joe Hart is capable of, as he is forever stopping Rangers fucking scoring a goal. But I do that would be my pick when I come down to it. It's same way it would be if it was a Scottish fucking team that was in the World Cup, but unfortunately we got fucked out it because it's Scotland.
Mate, you got no chance.
I can't believe Gareth. I can't believe you've picked somebody like Joe Hart to go and go for England just so we can fail in the World Cup.
You know what? I would happily see you fail in the World Cup, because I know that every day.
You're Scottish, you're setting us up.
Right, it's not even due to the fact. It's not even it's not even due to the fact I'm Scottish. I know for a fact, right? Every day that England is in the World Cup, I'm going to get messages for this prick, just with the words "football's coming home." That's all I'm going to get. It's
coming home.
That's all I'm got. Oh no! There was one. It nearly caused a riot in my work. It was a Scotland-England game. I can't remember. I don't know if it was a friendly or if it was for some competition or that. But it was Scotland vs England. England wins. No comments. England wins, and my pub is owned by a chain. It's called Stonegate. Stonegate is an English company. Stonegate puts out their own music, so it's Stonegate Radio. So we turn the commentary off, back to the music. What the fuck is playing? It's Coming Home. Oh man, it nearly incited a riot in my pub. I'm like, oh fuck, get that turned off. Fuck. Oh, it was unreal. I'm just like, no, it's a bad one. And there's me as well, sitting in that, like, I was working, but I was wearing my Scotland top. I had my face painted with a salt tire on it, and there's me fucking flicking off It's Coming Home while looking like a complete dick. Like, I'm like, oh god. But no, See, to be honest with you, right? It's the same for me with like if Celtic was doing well in like the like the UEFA Cup or like anything like that. Like I mean, there was Rangers got to the final of. I cannot remember the name of I'm drawing.
Europa.
Europa, thank you. We got to the final of that. I know plenty of Celtic fans that were cheering Rangers on because it's a Scottish team. Granted, I know plenty of very, very bitter people who wanted them to fucking fail and lose, and that's a completely other story. But for me, we're part of the UK. England gets through, England wins, fan-fucking-tastic. You know, it's done well for us. Fair play, because we are a nation. You know, but even at that, the only reason I would be the only reason I'm all for, you know, them not getting through is so I don't have to hear for this prick all the time. Fucking, but aye. For me, it'd be Joe Hart because it's the only English keeper I actually keep up to date with.
See him in there. So talking about football, obviously let's finish off the football with a prediction. Okay.
Right.
So I'm gonna write down the prediction for all three of us. Okay.
Okay.
We think who's gonna finish out the top 6. Okay. And then we'll look at it towards the end of the season.
Oh, a super six of our own. Okay, I'm down
Okay.
for this.
So
Right, I'm happy
go
to go.
first. Who's gonna win
Right,
the Premier League?
Man City.
Oh, is this
Man City
Premier League?
first. It's not Scottish League, mate.
No, I thought you were talking World Cup.
You've got 2 teams in there.
So what we're doing? Top 6.
Top 6.
So second, I'm going to put up there Chelsea.
Chelsea. Brave.
Third, Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Was very brave.
Fourth, Spurs.
Yeah.
Fifth. Oh, do you know what? Fifth, Arsenal again.
Arsenal. Yeah. 6th.
Sixth. Oh God. Let me just.
I'm currently looking at the league table right now.
Yeah, it's just because I know if I don't look,
Yeah.
We're going for 6th. I'm gonna go for 6th. God, it's so hard to choose somebody.
But where are we doing from?
Good.
1st to 6th?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for. I really want to say Newcastle, but I don't know if that's too apprehensive.
So Newcastle's currently sitting 5th.
Yeah,
The league
we're
has
only
just started.
So you go Newcastle.
2 games in. I'm gonna go. I'll go Newcastle. I'll just go
Okay.
Newcastle. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go Newcastle.
I mean,
Right.
if anything's going to scream out that the league's just started, Brentford's sitting 3rd.
Right,
So
Gareth.
for me, I will fully agree. Man City first. Man City's been a phenomenal team for years.
Yeah. Second.
Second, I will have to go Liverpool. Third Arsenal. 4th Chelsea. I think. See, 5th and 6th is where it becomes hard. Because United's going to be in there. Because United's not had a good run recently. But United's
Just got
still.
Casemiro, haven't they?
United's still a good team. And if they gel well, if they work well over this season, alright, and they could get. They could get into the like 3rd and 2nd position, but I think I'm going to have to go 5th United. And
Okay.
I don't know. I'd probably Just because, you know what, I'm going to say this, just because they have pulled it out of the fucking woodwork before that no one expected, I'm going to go 6 Leicester.
Okay, so no Spurs. Okay.
Nah, Spurs have never been a big team for me. I know plenty. I've got plenty of really good friends that are big Spurs fans, like Shazam and Big Brooksy Lewis.
Oh,
Are both very big Spurs fans, but they've never been much for me.
I'm gonna mix it up just for a laugh.
Go for that.
First, I'm gonna go Liverpool.
Okay.
Okay. Second, Man City. Third, Arsenal. Fourth, Spurs.
Okay.
Fifth, Chelsea. Sixth, Newcastle.
So what are we
So
getting? What are we getting for these correct predictions?
Whoever gets the most, so it's whoever gets the most correct. What could be a prize
Wins.
then?
So the way I was thinking of it was, for every team you get in the right position, the other people have to give you £2. That way, like, I don't know about yous, but I'm not salaried yet, so I'm pretty skint. So when it comes to
Or-
money betting, I'm like,
or-
oh.
Every team you get wrong, you have to do a forfeit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
game with
think
that.
I think that.
Live.
Then you can tie it. Then you can tie it in, and other people can enjoy it.
Right, okay.
Live.
So we do it live. Okay, so every team we get wrong, what's the forfeit?
We'll make them up on the day. We'll pre-plan it.
I'm happy with that. So, from what I'm gathering is, Joel, it looks like you're going to be, when the league table finalises, you're going to be a guest appearance.
Yeah, that suits me.
So we do.
That suits me. And I'll start picking your incorrect selection now, Gareth. Considering you've left Spurs out of the top 6.
Spurs is shit. I tell you.
Oh. We're doing a forfeit for everyone we get wrong.
I think we should just, whoever gets the most wrong should do 6 forfeits.
No.
Okay, and the other 2 plan them.
Hell
And
no.
then just abuse.
All right,
So what-
we'll go with it. Okay, fair. It's 2 against 1. We'll go with it.
We
I'd just go with that, and then whoever gets the most wrong, it's their own fault. They get 6.
Yeah.
Knock it up.
Right, so
This is a very, very long one, by the way. I'm just going to say now.
yeah, we noticed. Because obviously, before we both say it, we know this is our second running, and fortunately, I lost the other one due to cheating.
No. Lewis,
so-
be honest.
so-
Be honest.
I've decided.
No, I lost you to cheating, mate.
I decided at my own goodwill that I would let Joel start with a point. Right? Because he won the last one. He can have 1 point on the board.
Thank you.
Alright? Because now we can't see how many we've got each because we can't see the scoreboard.
Gareth can give us the updates.
I will give you the
can write
I
it.
will keep you updated. Don't you worry. So it's
Okay,
so
so-
we are starting out 1-0 to Joel.
Yeah, so the rules of the game. The rules of the game is Gareth will ask a question. It's free to answer. Whoever answers first gets it wrong. They are then frozen out. The next person can go. The next person gets it wrong. If I get it wrong, say Joel's frozen out, I get it wrong. We both become unstuck and we can both go for it.
Yep. Right. So, are we ready to go?
I'm
Are we
ready.
ready? Are we ready to quiz?
Yeah,
Right.
let's go,
So-
Quizmaster.
Question 1. Which American singer stars as Ali in the 2018 film A Star Is Born?
Lady Gaga. And it's
2-0 to Joel. Okie doke.
Anyway, lady, no, wait. I'm like,
It's because
what?
I
What?
started thinking I'd heard the question wrong, and then I doubted myself, but I don't know why, because I know how good I am at these quizzes.
We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things was which artist's highest selling album because of the 2008 song I'm Yours?
Jason Mraz.
And it's 2-1.
Oh, I knew that was it, but I just didn't think that was the answer.
Famed as his most popular album, When Was Recovery by Eminem released? I'm looking for the...
2005.
No, Joe, you are froze out. I am looking for the month and date. Month and year. A point for each.
On
I'm gonna
Google.
say
though.
May 2011.
And Joel is back in.
Right. It's 100% December 2001.
Joel, you froze out again.
Is there a limit on these? 'Cause
I'm
this
gonna
could be
say it was definitely 100% Easter, and I'm definitely gonna say 2009.
Joel, you're back in. Would you like a
Yeah,
clue?
Yeah.
give me the clue. Now Lewis is froze.
So the year is between two answers that Lewis has given.
2010
Okay.
August.
Lewis, you're froze out. You got 1 point for the year. Joel, you've got to give the month.
Okay, October 2010. Thank you.
Nope. You're froze out. So Lewis, you're not froze out. Sorry, you're both back in. Right, the month is what I am looking for here,
February.
and you're froze out,
March.
and you're back in.
June.
June is correct.
No!
Right.
I was born in June.
And
What's the scores on the doors, please,
the
Baldy?
scores on the doors is 3-2 to Lewis. Right, so next question. At which 2003 Avril Lavigne song did Paramount Pictures buy the rights to in order to make a movie, but the movie never ended up being made? We are looking for an Avril Lavigne song from 2003.
Skater boy.
And it's 3 each.
How did you get?
Is it? It was. I think he meant Avril Lavigne.
I thought you meant Avril Lavigne.
I did mean Avril Lavigne. Wow.
What did you say?
Avril Lavigne.
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. Who's Lavigne? Who the fuck's Lavigne? Lavigne?
It's me Welsh neighbour.
Right, Gwen.
Yeah, right, Gwen. Got fucking fountains down here now. I read it wrong. Fuck up.
In my head, I was like, Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne.
That's the only Avril Lavigne song I know, so that's why I went with it.
Same. Right, next question.
Avril Lavigne.
And I don't know if you will get this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is Madonna's middle name?
I know that her real name's like really. Is it like a real long name?
I'm not sure. I've just got the middle name here. Lewis, what did you say?
Oh,
Pam?
Yeah.
Joel, what's your answer? Lewis is froze out.
When?
No.
We have a clue. Do we have the first initial?
The first initial is L.
Louise.
And it's 4-2 to Lewis.
What was the answer?
Louise.
It's 4-3 to Lewis though, because I've just got asked. I've got my third one a minute ago. We went 3
Yeah.
each.
No, is that not what I said? 4-3?
No.
All right,
You
I do
said
apologize.
4-2.
I do apologise. It is 4-3. It is 4-3. Okay. Okay. Next question. Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse. are all famous singers that died at the same age. How old were they?
27.
65.
Lewis in with the quick answer. 5-3 to
Oh.
Lewis.
I
27.
was just a guess.
27 there was.
Yep.
What did I say? 65.
Katy Perry. Right, next question.
65.
Katy Perry's first iconic hit, I Kissed the Girl, came out in which year?
2009.
Lewis, you're froze out. Joel, do you have an answer?
2008.
And it is 5-4.
Yes.
Okie doke. Next question. Justin Timberlake wrote what 2002 hit after breaking up with Britney Spears?
Justin Timberlake.
Keep singing Daniel Bedingfield in my head for some reason. I gotta get through this.
Timberlake. What's his song? I can't think of any of his songs right now.
It is a fucking
Sexy back.
I'm a River.
Crimea River is correct. Right, okay. Next question. English singer and songwriter Rory Graham is better known by what stage name?
Stormzy.
No.
Rory Graham. What was the full question again?
English singer, songwriter Rory Graham is better known by what stage name?
English. Pass.
Did you just pass?
Pass.
I will give you a hint. Right. I will sing a bit of it. A bit of one of his most favorite. I'm only human after all. I'm only
Bowman.
Sam Smith.
Rag and Bone Man.
Sam Smith.
Okie doke.
Fuck Rory Graham.
Sam, fuck Rory Graham, I love it. Right, okie doke. Next question. Which song spent the longest time as UK #1 during 2017?
Artist or song?
Justin Bieber, Despacito.
You're froze out. Lewis, what was your answer?
Dell.
You're wrong. You're both back in it.
2017.
2017.
It must be is it a well-known song?
Very well known song. Very, very well known song. Well, it must be a fucking well known song. It was UK. It's
Yeah,
the
but
longest
I'm on
UK
about that.
#1
We
during
would,
2017.
We would just sing along to right now.
Oh, we could sing along to it.
Was.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah.
It is one of. Oh, Joel.
Now I'll take the hint first.
Okay, doke. It is one of my lookalikes songs.
Cheering.
Ed Sheeran. And Perfect.
Joel, you're froze out.
Oh!
Ed Sheeran, Lego House.
And you're back in.
Ed Sheeran. Castle on the Hill.
Ooh, you're froze out.
Oh!
Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud.
And you're back in.
No! No! What did he got to get it right?
No, you got it wrong.
Okay. Ed Sheeran. Sing.
And you froze out.
Oh! Fucking hell.
Ed Sheeran.
Get it right, Lewis, because I've got it. I think I've got it. Get it right, quick. Pass. Do a pass like me.
Ed Sheeran. It's one of his very first songs. Like, Go Away Girl.
Wrong. Very first songs. How long do you think Ed Sheeran's been about?
Ed Sheeran, Supermarket Flowers.
Wrong.
Oh!
Would you like a hint?
Yeah.
He's frozen out anyway.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
no,
give the hint then.
no, he's froze out. He's froze out. You're right. So I'll wait until you're both back
I've
in.
got to have a guess first. I've
Yeah,
got to have a
go
guess
for it,
first.
Lewis.
Ed Sheeran. 2017, 5 years ago. Ed Sheeran. Oh, what is it called?
Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy with this game.
Pass.
Pass. All right. So Joe, you're back in. So
Have a hint.
the hint is square.
Cheering circle.
Right, Lewis is froze out. Joel, it's all on you.
Just don't know where we're going with square.
Oh my God! Really?
I'm gonna kick myself so bad if I don't get this because I listen to him all the time. But
Yeah.
is it Ed Sheeran? There ain't even a song called Plus. So
No, that's one of his albums.
yeah,
Square.
Ed Sheeran. Oh, God, I don't like this
I
game.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Ed Sheeran. I don't know. Pass. Move on.
Would you like another hint?
Yes. Yeah.
Circle.
Oh, Ed Sheeran, Shape of You.
There we go.
Oh fuck.
Love of the shape of you. Pushing pull like a man.
As soon as I said square, I was like, shape. They're going to get it. And then
How did we not get that?
the look on the two of your faces was fucking amazing.
What's
score?
the
Goes in the doors, Bodie.
what's the score?
The score currently is 8-4 to Lewis. Joe, you need to get your head in the game, mate.
No, I think it's because
You got given a point.
it's 4 a.m. He's done me dirty and talk for too long.
And he the extra point.
Yeah. I didn't take the extra point on actually. Let's play the next question.
Okay. No. Name the song lyric. Name the song from the lyric. She played a fiddle in an Irish band, but fell in love with an English man.
Galway Girl.
Right, Galway Girl is correct. I will give you an extra point if you can tell me which Ed Sheeran received a tattoo. Can because of this song, can you tell me what was wrong with the tattoo?
It was spelled incorrectly.
That is correct. It didn't say Galway Girl, it said Galway Grill.
Yes. So how many points am I on now? Is it 86?
It's 8-6.
Yeah. We're on the way back. Come on.
Which Scottish actor played the 10th Doctor Who?
David Tennant.
And it's 8-7.
Yes, I'm on the way back.
Never
Yeah.
watched it.
Who played the lead role in the 2001 film Tomb Raider?
Lovecraft.
What'd you say?
I said Lara Croft.
No, that was the character. Who played?
I
Who
know.
was the actress?
No, I have to said it.
Lewis, you are froze out.
Got it in my head as well. Have a go, please.
I know her name, but I just need to get it together.
Have a timer. Have a timer.
Lara Croft.
No, we don't have a
A
timer.
timer. 10
That's a real
seconds.
name.
9.
Lewis,
I'm not going to be able to remember it.
right? So do you pass?
in a second, yeah.
Right, no looking that up.
No, I'm just thinking my hands are here. I'm just thinking because I do know her name. Lara Croft.
Timer out yet?
Lara Croft. Right, go on then. You have it, Lewis. I'll come back
Lewis.
with Alex.
Is that Angelina Jolie?
And
No,
it's
it's not.
9-7.
Oh, it is. Oh God.
Okay, no.
the one.
Right. What is the main right? This is a Scottish question. What is the main ingredient in black pudding?
Blood.
And it's 9-8.
Right.
Pig's blood.
Okay.
So, what is the spiciest chili in the world?
Reaper. Carolina Reaper.
Lewis just took the one. With the Carolina Reaper. It is correct. Happy days then. Well, Lewis, you, my friend, have won the quiz.
Wait. Well, thank you. Can I just really want to hear his loser's speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the loser's speech is obviously Lewis. You was the luckier man. You was luckier that you obviously you have drafting Gareth, who is a great guy, but he's obviously been led on a wrong path by you. After your devastating loss last time out, you've obviously told him to delete our last recording so you can have a second bite at the cherry. And if you want to win that way, fair play to you, Lewis. It's been a pleasure knowing you, but I'm not coming. I'm not coming back. I've had enough of your cheating ways.
And Lewis, do we have a winner's speech and a response?
Kiss my ass. No. We just like to say, you know what I mean? Obviously, some people lose and they just accept it. Sometimes you get so losers, you know? But yeah, it is what it is. I think I won fair and square, and he got a bonus point. So actually, kind of wiped the floor with him. But
Jesus Christ!
I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next round when I take the medal home. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so for context here, right? One, Lewis never led me astray anywhere. Excuse you, Joel. Okay. At that, what we will do is we will have Joel on, but long before the season finishes, we are going to have and I'm going to set up a very, very, very good quiz between the two of them. I will set up a forfeit for each of them to do. Well, for the loser to do. But I think what I'm going to do for this quiz is I'm going to take up a bigger segment for it, just because it's going to be a tiebreaker, and we're going to do 3 rounds, best of 3 wins. So one, like best of 3. So we will get to that, and I am going to put a lot of time and effort into this. And what I want you to do is send me over like your favourite subjects, your favourite things that you are knowledgeable about, and I will mash that into a quiz. Think of it like fucking Mastermind, right? And I will get that through in. But at that, Joel, I do apologise for you losing, because you did win the last round. And you know something?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't lie. Inside right now, I'm very happy that Lewis has just won. And not because he's bet you, just because, like, when we done the other recording with the other guests we have on Ailes, I lost. So I feel like the losing streak has been broken. So I'm quite happy about that. But at that,
No.
I do feel bad that you did lose, because I feel you should have won.
I feel like we should forget about. I'm not taking it as a loss. I'm taking it as a draw, because
Yeah.
Lewis has never had one up on me like I have him. I've been 1 up. He's got 1-1. Fair enough. When I go 2-1, we'll settle the scores then. But I had taken it as a loss. I've enjoyed myself tonight. Takeaway was on you guys as well, which is
Yeah,
another win for
100%.
me.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
appreciate that.
No, definitely.
Um,
It's on us. It was. We have to record because of. I won't say our fuck up. It was my fuck up. I run the technical side of things, and it was my fault. So I do apologise about that, and I hope you enjoyed you have enjoyed the takeaway.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and the quiz has been the only downfall in the night, and we'll pick up on that
Yeah.
next time down the
Yeah.
line. So yeah, happy days. Thank you for having me again.
You're very, very welcome, mate.
No, you are
Anytime, like I
very
say, we
welcome.
will get you on very, very soon again to continue our battle. But I just want to say you've been a great sport. Thank you so much for freeing up your time to jump on. And honestly, mate, I hope you have a wicked few weeks, and we'll see you soon. Maybe we'll jump on a live on TikTok or something during the week. But yeah,
No, definitely. Joel, I feel the exact same way. You've been an amazing sport for one, agreeing to just come back on and re-record everything. You know that, especially we've touched on tonight how you've your schedule's very busy with your family and all that, as well as putting out your content and all that. So taking out this, you've took out 2 chunks of your time for us just to have you on here. So we do really appreciate that. And
Yeah, no problem.
you've been an amazing sport. I personally have watched a wee bit more of your content since we last spoke and all that, and I got to say I adore it. I love it, mate. Honestly, you're doing so well, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Honestly, but yeah, thank you very much for being on. We do really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you very much. Cheers for having me.
you're very,
Yeah,
very
it's
welcome,
been
my
an
man.
absolute pleasure. And Jules, I will give you a wee cheers to that, my friend. Honestly.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
lads.
fellas.
Cheers. I want to
Good
say
luck with the rest of your podcast as well.
Oh,
cheers, my man. Really
thank you very
appreciate that.
much. So thank you to everyone that has watched and tuned in and listened and basically just listen to us talk a load of shit, and listen to Joel's story of his journey through social media and his family. Listen, you want to say it?
Yeah, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Like I say, there's more to come, but I just want to say a massive big shout out to Joel for freeing up time to coming on, learn a bit more about him, his crazy family, and the crazy content he does. But for now, guys, peace out. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, definitely. We will see you soon. If there's anyone you want to see on, anything you want to see us do, any questions you want to give to the quiz, send them in. And you can find all of Joel's socials down below. Go and give him a follow. You've seen today that he is, well, you've heard that he is a great guy. Go and give his content a watch, and we will see you next time. Thanks very much. Peace out.
Bye.